Hey, hello there, how are you doing? Good to see you. It's your friend eluukkanen here, indeed, with another one of his streams. What is he up to this time? Who knows? Well, I tell you, I'm going to be doing some instrument hunting. Indeed, some instrument hunting, and what is that? Well, that is basically me hunting down some instruments. Free instruments. Basically, I've had this question asked me where I can find good orchestral instruments, and this is the one I'm going to be finding out where to find these. Indeed, join us to see what those are. Join us to see what can we find in here in this journey of ours. Indeed, it's 26th of June. Indeed. Time goes fast, time goes well, and we're going to be doing here some work. Hopefully, you're going to be joining us, participating us, seeing what kind of instruments can we find. It's going to be a kind of a hunting video of seeing what can we actually find in the land of the internet. You know, sometimes internet instruments are good, sometimes you can find some good quality ones, but most of the time not. That's the problem on this side. Hey, we have some people in Twitch side of looking. Hey, how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome, and also some YouTube people as well. Yeah, good to have you on board. Basically, what we're going to be doing is something special, as of course. Hey, eluukkanen says, "All repair, dude." Yeah, I haven't yet put comments on. I think comments should be now. Comment. Hey, yeah, good to see you. Pleasure to have you on here. Hey, eluukkanen says, "All repair, dude." Indeed. So basically, we're going to be doing some hunting over here. Many people here on this channel watch it because, of course, they are composers themselves. They do music making, and we're going to be trying to find the instruments to make things. Last streams, we actually got a donation over the amount, so I'm going to be doing videos and streams every day now because of that for next 2 weeks. If nothing, you know, comes up with that, you know, hopefully I will do that. I will do all my best to do that. So, you know, today a video, today a stream, and hopefully even a gaming stream, because I did a promise for one gamer person, indeed. But all that aside, welcome. So basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to be just trying to be, using the search engine that is on our hands, and we're going to be seeing how we can actually use that in our advantage to find what belongs to us. And what is that what belongs to us? Well, good instruments, I tell you. That's what we're going to be finding out today. Welcome and join us to see the process, to see how we can find an instrument. So let's have a new tab over here. A beautiful picture as we have. And let us search here. Free Orchestral VST. For people that do not know, so virtual instruments is basically instruments that you can use inside of digital audio workstations in, basically music creation programs. And there are paid ones and free ones. Some of the paid ones are good, some of them are not. We're going to be trying to find out and see what are the good quality ones. There are some free ones that you can actually download. I've been actually thinking of myself. I personally have this one here, which is of course called VST Overture. I personally use this. Some of the instruments actually are very fitting and working. You can use them in many sort of purposes. Indeed so. Of course, for music, not music making person, I don't know what do you think of, me just talking about some music making programs. Are you just like, God damn, what are those? Like, do I even use them ever in my life? Who knows? Who knows? You might. I've seen in this channel there's some interest for people to actually use some of these tools. Indeed so. So let's go to this here and see. So basically, this whole thing has a lot of different instruments. As you can see, these are all the instruments it has. It's actually easy to install as well. It's a free one. DSK actually does alright quality. The quality of sound is not the best one. I've tried this out, and I could use few of these. The horns, kind of, I made this sort of game soundtrack for like a very cartoony game, so I could use that horn for that. But mostly not all of these instruments are the best, depending on what sort of usage you have in mind. Indeed so. I've actually downloaded this myself. I can recommend it to take that. There are some other ones we're gonna be checking out. There's some like I haven't actually seen the chamber orchestra. We're gonna be actually opening a video preview of the instrument and see how does that sound. Let's put the music off and see how that works. Indeed so, indeed so. So let's open the whole thing and see how does this sound. So basically we have VSCO2. I don't know. So this is chamber orchestra. So basically violins, glockenspiels, all these things. We shall see how does this sound. The sound quality is important. Hopefully, you know, with free programs you don't always get the best quality, but you know, let's see how this sounds. So bells basically. Xylophone. Not bad. Yeah, marimba actually sounds lovely. So basically different instruments it's showing us here. Flute is alright. Violin is always the hardest one, I think. Percussion I think sounds lovely. One of the problems is that the violins and usually horns and these sort of things are not the best in these instruments, but you know, this sounds nice. I could use some of these effects, I suppose. As you can see, the violin is like blah. Yeah, usually the problem of these are like the violins are not the best when it comes to sound. Not at all. How's your day been going? We're currently listening some virtual instrument VST compiler, and what I would actually give a kind of a feedback on this. For violins, don't get this. Perhaps some bell instruments, percussions, I suppose. Marimba, it works. Other than that, like if you want to make some kind of like a techno song, I suppose you could use these violins. But yeah, the harp actually, you know, there's a harp is usually even with the lower quality instruments. It's actually, you know, there are certain use for it. You know, depending on of course the instruments. You can of course later on edit these and make them sound better. But not the best harp I've heard. Organ is alright. The trumpet, as you can see, is you can hear how the trumpet sounds and horns and such. It's limited, you know. Usually these are the ones that people will notice that are not the best in these instruments, as you can see. Hope you enjoy playing it. I'm not sure I'm going to take all of these. Thing is, Oli Repair Dude, it's like, you know, you do phone repairing, I do this sort of like music making, and the instruments are like a brushes for a painter. It always you will need to have quality ones to make good stuff. Of course, you can make your own sounds as well. You know, of course, I personally do mix and both. But the thing is that, you know, having some kind of a good basis instruments, you know, if you do electronic music, it's good. And these are not the best when it comes to the horns, but of course it's free one. Yeah, but of course, as you know, like when you get some free stuff, it's not always the best. Like Oli Repair Dude, if you would get a free mobile phone, it would possibly not be the best mobile phone out there. So we have now reviewed few ones here on the free instruments. We have a chamber orchestra, as you can see, too. It's alright. I would give it like, if I would give it a number, I would give it like a 4 out of 10. It's like there's so many important instruments like violin and horns. They are not the best, but of course, if it's not paid, I suppose it's like a 5, because you know you can still use it in some ways. The chorus one, with the DS key. There's actually a lot of, you know, DS key instruments. I would actually recommend having some of these. The quas usually in these free ones are not the best, so don't get it for their quas. But you know, this one has actually some good lovely sound. I'm actually show it to you on here. Indeed, let's open the screen. So you can make like decent orchestral stuff, because you have to connect these with the music making programs you already have. They're not the most like realistic sounding, but still, as a free ones, I suppose not the problem, not the biggest problem. As you can hear. Some epic feel, yeah. The biggest problem for me for these ones are like the violins and such. I would give it like a 6 because it has actually some nice ones for some instruments, but you know, I personally wouldn't, at least myself, like if we don't have any, get these, but if I've heard already a bit better quality ones. But as free ones, I suppose they work. Now let's go to Virtual Studio Chamber Orchestra, one of these chamber things that has a flute, clarinet, bassoon, F-horn, trumpet, tenorphone, bassophone, tubular bells, xylophone. Let's hear how does this sound. We have seen some of these here. Okay, so we have some in our music on here. Doesn't actually sound that bad. Hey, hopefully you enjoy some of the virtual instruments we are looking at here, like just for people that don't know. So virtual instruments are part of your digital audio workstation. If you're a composer, you can combine these and get some music done. I'm actually impressed on how does this sound. Yeah, I'm a bit impressed. Not bad. Not bad for a free virtual instruments, I tell you. Violins are serviceable, piano percussions work very nicely. How about the horns? I'm interested to hear that. So the horn, the flute is alright. I'm not sure about the horns yet. Hopefully we will be hearing those. Not bad at all. I would imagine this in like a video game sort of feel. Yeah. I like the feeling of that. I like the feeling that. Actually, I'm very impressed for the free. This is actually the best one I've heard so far. A VSO, free virtual instruments developed by Virtual Studios, indeed. So basically, there's a lot of different instruments, and I like the quality of these ones. I don't know, did you enjoy that? But I actually enjoyed what I just heard. Like, you know, you have to always think that it's a free instrument, so it's like getting a free game development software or programming software, anything. Like, always when it's free, it's a little bit less quality than the paid ones, but for a free one, this actually stands out. So I would actually give this like a 8. I would actually give this 8 for a free instrument. Like, I have to tell you, 8 out of 10, because I tell you, I was impressed of some of the sound quality. Some of the ones I've heard in so far in some places I've seen are not the best ones, but this one's actually very nice. I actually recommend to taking this. I'm actually going to be downloading this myself when we go forward. Now let's take another one of here, which is Keystone Classic. Are you enjoying the stream here? Hopefully so. Let me know if you have any suggestions of what instruments you would like to see me cover here, in case when it comes to free virtual instruments. See how they work. Of course, installing these and putting these on are always it's the hardest part, but it seems we have a piano plugin here next, so it's only focusing on pianos. Let's see how does that sound when we open it and see it by ourselves. Piano sound, I think, you know, that alright at least. Now imagine, you know, making a kind of a video game, sort of like a sad video game music feel. Now, of course, a piano is something that every composer needs, and I suppose if you don't have any beforehand, I have some good pianos, but you know, some of the. Let me actually see the beginning. There's this, and actually the next one. I could actually edit it a little bit. I could edit a few of these a little bit, but I think you could make this sound good. I think so. So I like this. Yeah, one of the ones that is free as well to check out and download. Of course, you need to have the all programs in that you edit the music beforehand. But you know, nice instrument nonetheless. And you can also edit the sound within the whole thing. Make it sound and such. That's the thing. That's the thing. With free programs, you can actually get some good stuff there. In a sense, like, you know, like you can actually get the projects, get paid and such with having just like a free instrument. Like I've done that in the beginning of my whole thing, and you can do it as well. So that is Keystone Classic, and I actually, you know, I would give it like a 6. Not bad at all for a free instrument. Mind you, some of them I'm going to actually checking out myself. I could edit them to sound a little bit real, you know, with the reverbs and, you know, this sort of room feeling and that sort of thing, with all the tools I have. But I suppose, you know, a good beginning, good one if you need a piano sounding piano. That's the thing, my friend. If any suggestions on what you want to hear as instruments and see how they go, let me know. But now next is Orchestral String 1. So we have basically violin thing. Cellos, basses, violins, violas. I have no idea how it's going to be sounding. Let's open it and see it by ourselves. Indeed. Problem with few of these, especially the violins, that it sounds like it's like many years old, like the high-tech. Like if I would go to the 1990s, this would be like the biggest high-tech thing ever at that time. But like nowadays, there are a little bit better sounding ones. I personally have a bit good sounding violins. Yes, I do, and I think I did like the violins that were actually present in the. If we go back to the. Versillian Studios Chamber Orchestra. I actually like what we had in here compared to this one, so I cannot really give this a too much good grade compared to that. But let's open and see ourselves what are the rest of the sound. Let's not judge yet. I guess you can notice one of the things I personally don't like the violins in free instruments is like they don't sound like violin. You can like very much notice that they are like violin, but they are not like violin at all. And that's the big problem here. You want your listeners to actually like have this feeling that hey, it's violin. So that's that. And it doesn't sound like that. Does that sound to you like violin? Like I suppose, but you know it's kind of this all synth violin. So yeah. PBSA!
Hello everyone.
Hello everyone, we have people watching PBSA and others. Hello there. Because of the donation we just got last time, over $30, we are doing videos and streams now every day because of that. Today we are going to be reviewing and hunting some free virtual instruments. You can even download these yourself right now if you're using music editor programs. Indeed. We are a music channel. Like what I do music stuff, that's all the place is about, of course. Good to check out some free stuff there is. These are a few years old, but still, you know, some of them are nice. I would give them 4 out of 10 because I'm not really, you know, giving a grade and such for this thing. But I personally, I'm not satisfied with this, to be honest, because it's like if you don't have any violence, I suppose you could get it, but no. The bass sound is not there. So let's go to another one of here. Yeah, we are looking at orchestral bells. So bells is something that usually these free programs actually get very well. And this might actually be a good one. So let's open some bells and see how it goes. How's your day going, by the way, PBSA? Let me know. Is it a sunny day? It has been sunny day for so long. It's like being a blessing for me, I tell you, to see this beautiful sunny day outside. And yeah, let's look at the bells here. It's called the Bells Ebuth. I don't know where that comes from, but sampled orchestra bells. It contains 40 stereo samples from University of Iowa Electronic Music Studio Public Domain Library. Alright, let's see how does that sound. So basically you can use these yourself at any points you have, you know, want to use them. So bells, actually, yeah, they work. I like that. Is there any other bell sound? Oh, basically there's like this one bell sound that they have, like you can make a little bit effects in there when they release it. I actually like this one. for what it actually does it really well. So I would actually give this one I would actually give it like 9 because it actually sounds a bell what it does. It's one instrument, but it's it's stereo. It's in a quality feel, at least what I hear. Of course, they are like if you get paid, you can get like so many different things. But for free one, I think this actually does it very well. So I would actually give this a very big number on the 1 to 10 scale, indeed. Few of these I will already download myself. I would actually get the one that we have here, Versilia Studio Chamber Orchestra, and the next one I will get is this one, and also the piano.
Sunny and a bit too warm. Also, I already finished one part of 4 parts of a dub I am working at.
Oh yeah, I mentioned what was the anime again?
Part 3 is the same as 1, but
what was the dubbed anime you were talking about?
Same as
hey
2.
PPSA, Ollie Repair dude, it's raining a lot in Singapore.
But in English.
Oh, I tell you,
Ollie
it's sunny here. It's sunny, my friend.
Hey PBSA.
A lot of sunny days.
Ollie the
like
Repair
in
dude.
Portugal. Of course, I live in
Is
Finland. It's a
raining
very
a lot
different
in
place.
Singapore.
Raining. We haven't seen raining for some long time. I wish it wouldn't rain yet because I would like to have the lakes be very warm when I go to swim in those. But of course, that's very selfish from me. Of course, their plants are like water, but still. So now, yeah, hopefully you're enjoying the bell sounds over there. Let me know if you found some of that one interests you. The dub. Let me know what was the dub that you actually were making for what anime sort of thing you were doing for that.
Ollie the Repair dude.
How's Finland?
How about Finland?
Is very sunny. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful summertime. Usually it's not that warm in here. Usually it rains in this time of very much. But we have been blessed with a beautiful weather. We have been very happy with that. So a lot of plants growing very well indeed. Howdy.
Howdy at Ollie
so let's
the
next
Repair
listen
dude
to the Total Composure Orchestra. It's a full orchestra sample library created using the only samples that are in public domain. So public domain sounds that can be used.
I guess should be hot.
Should be hot. It's not too hot in here. Like in Finland, it's so north that sunny is like a 25 Celsius.
Ollie the Repair
so it's not that bad.
Not sure about that.
Is it the monsoon season in there, isn't it? Monsoon, do you mean Waffle, hello there, Waffle. We are hunting some virtual instruments here, welcome. So yeah, next one we're going to be checking out is Total Composure Orchestra. It says public domain sounds, I don't know.
Have you tried Spitfire Labs?
Spitfire Labs, I haven't actually listened that at all yet. So we're going to be we can actually check that out. If you have any good suggestions on what we could check, like let's do that. Let us do that, my friend. Oh, so some free strings. Let's actually check out the next one after this one. We're going to be just looking at some lists and try to hunt some good ones. I've actually got the ones I want to put myself on my creation list already. Like there's some good ones in here. Yeah, people say monsoon. Monsoon is basically like a lot of rainy season.
Yeah, PBSA. Not sure whether is that Musu season.
Now we get to the traditional orchestral instrument dynamic.
So now we have this instrument thing.
The legato control here is, and then play a second while.
Right,
we've allowed you to this for the
positions. There's a lot of commands in here.
Over it, and you can change the keyboarding.
So keyboard,
accent, the control.
I'll do the sound. Here we go, violin sound. So that's violin sound for you. Like I tell you, your Spitfire LBS must be a bit better. I'm not very getting happy feels on this one here. The violin. I don't really get any good feels on that. There might be anything else on there. That actually is not that bad. That is not that bad. Pizzicato is not that bad as well, but usually these programs get pizzicato very well. So pizzicato, and for this one, you would get it, I suppose. This one is not good.
And then fade in and fade out the vibrato.
Aiko C.
Elias, Aiko, hello there.
The only monsoon I know is the song from Tokyo Hotel. But what is monsoon period?
Monsoon period is basically a rainy season, I think, if I'm right. I'm not, of course, sure about everything in the world, but that's at least, that hits a few things in my mind, at least. So yeah, hello there, Aiko. Yeah, we're finally hunting some instruments here. Hopefully your day is going well, and hopefully you're enjoying some future instruments. I'm not sure are you going to be using this yourself, but we are trying to find some quality ones.
So now you've seen,
and these violins are like I would give it like 4. Like I'm not very happy on this violin. I think we will be finding the Spitfire Labs, which was suggested by Waffled, much better. So we're gonna be checking that out. Is it that a free one though? I'm not sure. We shall see. Let's copy that and put it in here. Spitfire Labs VST violin. Here we go. Let's see. Do we have a
PBSA.
demonstration of the violin?
Ready,
thing
set,
here?
go is time to run. The
Ready,
skies are
set-
changing, we are one.
God damn. I'm not sure what you mentioned, what is that, but still. I suppose some kind of a song thing. I don't know. Let's see
Waffled.
how the song
Is free.
sounds.
Aiko C.
It is free, I suppose.
Tokyo
So
Hotel,
let's
you
see how
don't
does
know.
that sound.
It was highly popular 10 years ago. German rock band.
Actually, I don't know. I'm not really. 10 years ago of music, I was not perhaps listening to that music essentially. Yeah. So I might be very much not knowing that one. Yes. Was it what PBSA was referring to? But now let's listen to the violins that was suggested by Waffled.
Waffled. They have a thing called frozen string, which is really nice soul tasto stuff. PBSA. Ready, set, go from Tokyo Hotel.
I'm actually put that to listening list of some anime music on here. Yeah, I'm actually put that to a list here. Yeah, let me listen to this later on. So this violin actually for free violin instrument, at least it sounds alright. I've even actually
PBSA.
seen this used in some of the
Nowadays
games
they
that I've
sound
seen.
more like a J-pop band.
J-pop, Tokyo Hotel has. I have no idea of those music, and if I would listen to them, they would like copyright attack me like that. So I'm not gonna be doing that. But I'm gonna be checking that out later on. Why is that a special band though? So you say there's kind of like frozen strings, which is a really nice stuff. Not sure is that one. I don't know. Not bad at all, actually. Violin is very hard to get right. It's not easy to get a good violin.
The singer and
And
leader
the
Osmi
band
and the band had a very singular haircut.
That's why the band became
That
famous.
is partially why the band became famous.
Yeah, bands and pop music. Usually the look is very important part of that as well. Yeah, indeed.
Aiko C. The
violin
violin
sounds
sound
great,
is
I
great,
tell you.
winking smiley.
Oh, nice. I do like that. Yeah. I would actually. Let me actually take this as one of them. I'm going to be putting to a list of downloading them. Yes, let's put in there. Spitfire solo violin demo. Let's see. Can we find anything else made by Spitfire? Any other instrument that there is? Let's see. Is it like a drop piano, I suppose? Soft piano? There might be. Let's try to find. So there is. Let me actually see if there's for free. Touch color, Spitfire audio. Okay, here we go. So yeah, we are now finding and trying to find the good instruments for our songs, and these are free. This can actually be downloaded by yourself if you want to. That's the thing, and that's our goal here. Of course, some people want to just test out some music. They want to just do a little bit of it. So we're gonna be trying to find out some good sounds here. That's our quest.
In October 2008, Bell Studios. And because creativity shouldn't be complicated.
Is there any other thing I could actually listen this much better? It's like they of course this is the kind of like actually see. So I will go to the website if I can get some better examples from there. It's a very nice suggestion, Waffled, on these. I've actually not heard of these before. Well, I don't actually know
I don't
Tokyo
know what
Hotel
Tokyo Hotel do currently.
Yeah, I don't know what they do, of course, because I haven't heard them before. But I suppose some of the bands they disappear, some of the bands they continue their existence. Some they do, some do not. That's the big thing. That's the big thing. Are you here going to be listening? Let's see what sort of sounds we have here. Let me just open this one and try to find out what we can
PBSA.
find. My piano have
My
a violin
piano
sound,
have
but
violin
doesn't sound that well.
But doesn't
In case
sound
doesn't
that
sound
well.
like well.
In
Yeah.
case it kinda doesn't sound like a violin.
I suppose you could actually take the string then, which we just looked at the moment ago. I'm trying to find how does these labs instruments sound, but for some reason I cannot find it out just yet. At least let's wait a moment and see how it goes. Or just something is going on the video side anyways. But yes, I tell you, sounds are huge important.
What kind of music did you listen to when you were a teenager, Elias?
A lot of classical stuff, a lot of jazz stuff, and I listened to a lot of video game music. I like some of the ones that are not the mainstream video game music. Like, if you think about video game music, usually you're thinking like Mario's and such. I personally listened to a lot of music from Jeff Van Dyke. You can actually check his work out. Actually, his soundtrack for Rome Total War 1 is one of my favorites because it is very good, and it's no wonder it was given our rewards and this sort of like things. Now let me see. Now this actually website should be working on here. Yeah, here we go. Press the button. Something is going wrong, I suppose, or not. Let's go and see from YouTube side of things if that's the only place. The piano at
And because
least they
made
have
it in
here.
free.
The soft piano doesn't sound bad at all. I suppose you could use that for this sort of like soft atmosphere that you build. Waffled. Jeff Van Dyke. Oh boy, I like that. I like that his music very much. Also, I don't know what Tokyo Hub is up to now. Check his channel.
I also don't
they have
know what
channel?
Tokyo Hotel is up to. I just
But
check
we have
out
some
their
lapse
channel
instruments.
when
They've actually
searching for
put
Ready
this
Set Go,
also
and got
on
curious
here,
if
like
they are
this.
still together and doing
Let's
music
put
or
it
not.
on this list. I actually like this one. I would actually give them like 10 out of 10. You know, in terms of free instruments.
Van Dyke.
Yay, Jeff Van Dyke. Very, very good stuff. I think he does. And he has been still continuing making music on very many various things. So I would actually recommend you listening it if you want if you want to see some interesting game music. Hi, Siggebag. Hey, we are finding some instruments. We have already found. Let me actually put the say the list on
Discord, a community for musicians, composers, writers,
hello there,
animators,
Siggebag. Indeed, we have this community
writers,
here
and
on
more.
Discord as well if you want to join. But now, let me hold on here. We have check out few instruments. I'm going to be personally taking Versillian Studios Orchestral that we have already found. Let's just listen to it, and it's very. I think it sounds well. Siggebag is a composer, if I remember right. Like you do video game stuff, I remember. How are you doing? Also, I find Keystone Classic to be useful, for me at least. I'm going to be taking it. Also, I'm going to be taking the Orchestral Bells, actually was very good. These are that you can actually use yourself for your instrument. The next one is the Spitfire Audio Violin for LBS, and then the Labs soft piano as well. We have found some good stuff in here.
Ollie the repair
I downloaded some VSTs a couple of days ago. I haven't tried them yet, but maybe you can try to find the link.
I downloaded some VSTs
Hey, let me know what are those. We
ago.
can try to find them.
I haven't
Indeed,
tried
this
them
is
yet,
the quest we
but
have.
maybe I can try to find
let
the
me know.
link and
Let me
send
know.
it
Let me
here.
try to find all the Labs instrument that we have. There's there are other like strings and such. Let me open that one. Possibly we have.
Ensemble. This is Harry.
This is Harry. That's very good. So you know, there's some lovely instruments. I would actually recommend checking out some of them that they have over on here.
I was thinking the Lab String Ensemble.
Lab String Ensemble seems like this one. Let me try. Like, can we actually hear something outside of their speaking? Like
AXB. Because creativity.
But there's a lot.
Because creativity.
I like that. But there's a lot of stuff in there, Waffled, indeed. So I think this is actually the Labs instrument I just found out about them. I think those sound good. I think worth taking into your project if you want to. I would actually give them like a 10 in there, you know, if they are free instruments, like that's like the big bonus on there. Of course, you know, if you get the paid instruments, it's always like the quality is always going to be big. I think I might like the blue
frame behind you, Elias' smiling face.
I like the blue frame. Oh, what frame? Yeah, that's I made it my childhood. Yeah, that's what I made in my childhood. God damn, that was one of my school projects back in the day. God damn, I was young then. There's like and it's actually it's not made by me. It's actually made by my brother. Almost lied to you there. And yeah, it's kind of broken in there, but it's still on the wall here in the countryside. Now let's go to another instrument that we have over here. Of course, you can suggest like Sigebacke has some kind of thoughts on herself, like what she wanted to suggest. Who knows? We shall see. We shall see. This is our hunting mission, and we are not going to stop easily. So we have some kind of like a choir for virtual instruments. Like choir is usually the hardest one because you can hear if it's not a real choir. But let's listen. How does this sound?
Echo C. Oh, so cute. Very
Yeah.
similar to my work.
If you would see it close, if you would see it close, it's not that impressive. I tell you, I have some works that actually looks a
Streamlabs.
bit better. I tell you.
Patrio Orchestra helps Eluukki to create
If
more
you don't have a
videos.
choir, I suppose this could actually be something that works. I suppose you could have this because the sonatina choir. Like, I wouldn't personally use them. I have already alright sounding choirs, but if you don't want to have one, I suppose you could. I feel like, the Star Wars film, like. But of course, a real choir is always, and real human voices are always the best sounding. As a free sound, I suppose it's like a 6 out of 10, I suppose. Like you can have it. I personally have no use for it, but if you want to, that's up to you. Now let's go next to Vibromaster. We are very, very quick over here, and as you can see, there's a message on Patreon. Okay, so basically, I've not been building up Patreon just yet, but basically, if you want to support my work, I've already, as you see down there, I just got donations from people down there. I can actually see their names. I
Sigebacke.
need to fix that.
I gotta go.
Good to go.
But here's the link.
Thank you for the link.
They happened to be Sudfarts. Thought they were VSTs.
Sound phones can be used. Like, there are some good ones. We can actually make a whole stream about the good sound phones as well. But of course, they work a little bit differently. But yes, indeed, because of the people that support the work, we can do actually next 2 weeks a daily video. So I appreciate it very much. If you have any time, support looking, of course, that's appreciated, but not required, because I know it's a financial situation for many is not the most stable.
PBSA.
That's the thing.
Geez, this make it look like my piano is very old, but in case I should have it for like around 15 years.
What piano do you?
Sigebacke.
What piano do you talk about?
https
Do you have like acoustic or electronic one?
www.ugrouds.com
Let me
/
check that
VBS
Newgrounds thing.
/topic / 1200140.
So we have Sigebacke's suggestion. Let me see what that is all about. What sound font are you talking about? It's from Newgrounds.
Streamlabs.
Who knows
Want
what we
to
can
get
find
free
in
Eluukki
there.
music? Join our newsletter.
So now
squad
here
to
we
get
have
always
last three
updated.
parts, brass, wood, winds. Can we actually see some
//
suggestions? Like, how
Eluukki.
does this sound? Can we actually listen? How does this sound at all? Like, are they like? So what you said, like, I cannot really test them out at all. But there's a lot of orchestral sounds in there. Might be good, might be bad. Who knows? I have to take a look. There's actually a lot of. It's like 3 gigabytes or something when I look at it. Yeah. But yeah, I suppose if you want to see some, like, you can check out his Newgrounds link on there. Now, let's listen to Vibromaster, which is a vibrophone, basically,
PBSA.
played on here. And let's
An
do piano in
electronic
case there's
piano.
one
If
called
in
organ.
case this ones are called organs.
Yeah,
Mine is a Casio.
Yeah, they're all, like, usually the sound quality now, with the newest one, they have changed quite dramatically in recent years, indeed. So we have Vibromaster. So again, one specific instruments, if you need a vibraphone, basically this could be something you could get. I don't have any problems with this sound, actually. I would actually recommend it. I would actually, not bad at all. This sort of homey feeling, like, having this sort of dreamy feeling.
Dong dong dot
Dong,
heavy
dong,
black
dong.
heart.
Indeed, that's how it sounds. Beautiful sounding. Oh boy. Now, the next one we're going to be looking at is a harp instrument in here. We have still a few ones to go, but harp is next on our list. Let's see how does this harp sound. I actually have a alright sounding harp, but of course, if there's a Celtic level folk harp and these sort of things, you might get useful out of this. like the the feel on this harp. You can actually of course as I said there are some paid harps that are alright, very good. I have a few ones, but this is like free for free harp if you need a harp. Essentially, here you go, harp, and harps can be used in many sort of like a beautiful atmospheres when you create them, and yeah, I suppose this is a lovely one. Ether Winds Harp VST. Of course, all is about like how do you use this instrument, but it's like painter needs the paint. This is like how it
the
works.
vibe too.
Vibe is nice. No, next is some drum instruments, like basic kettle drum. I don't know how does that sound. I suppose all right. So basically, if you need some drum instruments on here, it's all right. For drum, it's like it does its job. I've some quality ones, but like if you do not have any drums like this, I like that they're like there's high pitch, low pitch, and I like it. You can have that, and I suppose there's some use for it. I personally do not have that, but if you want some drums, kettle drum works. It's not as good as some paid ones I've heard in kettle drums. But of course, individual instruments for free, nothing wrong with that. Now, that's next. Next again, a choir. I personally am not big fan of these choirs that we have here so far, but let's listen. Can this change my mind? Oh, this is the same one. Oh, they had the same one in the same thing. That's weird. Now, this I've already heard, and the next one is... one-track orchestra. I have no idea how does this sound, but they say that it's there's a lot of orchestral instruments. It might be good, it might be bad. At least visually it looks good, but of course the main thing about this whole thing is that there's some good sound in there. So we are opening this and seeing how it goes. Of course. And video is unavailable. Let me actually try to, because that looked like at least interesting. One-track orchestra. Let's go to YouTube here. One-track orchestra VST. And see, can we find any examples? One-track orchestra free VST. Here we go. Let's play this and see how does this sound. And it's unavailable. No, this is a new video. Very good. So let's listen. How does the orchestra sound? Let me actually see later on. These beginning instruments do not really get me with the qualities, but I suppose for free ones, if you need an orchestra sounding stuff, like if someone listens to this, like they do think like it's the quality of the sound is very big thing. It's like having a clean clothes on your, like when you represent yourself. Yeah, indeed, it's like that. I suppose you can use this, but as again, I do think when it comes to when I look at the up here, I did like when it comes to orchestra a little bit these Versilian Studio Chamber. Let me actually listen to one again so people who joined later on can hear it. But I actually was very surprised how did this sound. Of course, these are free instruments you have to keep in mind, but useful nonetheless. This actually was impressive, at least for a virtual instrument, at least for me. Free virtual instrument. Let's go a little bit further. We got better violins and such, but otherwise. And the horn is not the best in this, but I like some instruments in here, like. It's not bad for a virtual instrument, I tell you. So like there are some options if you want to actually get some orchestral stuff done It's of course in the beginning it's going to be sounding like not the of course realist orchestra out there. But if you want to try to, let's say, train your orchestral skills, like how to actually make music for violin and flutes and such, I would recommend taking some of this. So let's actually make the list now, which are the ones that I would personally at least get for myself. Of course, if you found any of these interesting, get them yourself. But these are the ones I'm going to be getting. Vesalian Studio Chamber Orchestra, there's some few ones I liked in there. Keystone Classic, I like the piano in that. Orchestral Bells, very good bell quality, yeah. Spitfire Audio Solo Violin, basically from Labs. The Labs that was shared by Waffled, I like that. Soft Piano by Labs, and the next one is the Ethereal Winds Harp VST by Versalian Studios. Other ones are, not at least me, not that useful. But like you can still find usefulness, like let's say these. If you don't have any of these, like you have to build your library. You have to find the quality sounds, and it's good to, like, if you, let's say you don't have the choir, like, let's just take this or something like that. That's what you have to do when you begin. Like, it's kind of this sound hunting, but of course the composing itself is its own process. But good to have new sounds. You can actually, if you have some MIDI sounds of your music, you can put these new sounds on there and test them out. That's one of the things I do like. The DS key instruments work really well. I've personally downloaded those, but other ones I have not tested, so they might not work, they might do work. I'm going to be downloading those what I mentioned just in future and see how do they work and see. Hopefully you enjoyed this demonstration of these songs here, actually these instruments here. Virtual instruments, indeed, that's the word that we use in when you do compositions. Of course there are sound fonts as well, but virtual instruments is one of the other ones. So hello here, thanks for being here and seeing our little bit stream about these instruments. If you want to see more eluukkanen work, like and subscribe and share, that would also help. Of course, if you found some interesting things, liking is very much appreciated. And we do here streams every day if you want to watch eluukkanen doing some streaming work. And at the same time, we're going to be doing a video for next 2 weeks, every day a video. Basically today going to be is a remastered song, I suppose, so wait for that. I have now a better video editing software, so it's going to be now looking better even. So yeah, thanks for being here, wherever you are, whoever you are. I wish you a good day. Have a